Hi, in this video we will see what are the S3 storage classes available and the lifecycle management of a S3. First, we will see what are the storage classes available in S3. S3 standard, S3 intelligent tiering, S3 standard IA, which means infrequent access, S3 one zone infrequent access, S3 glacier and S3 glacier deep archive. Okay, S3 standard is used for frequently accessed data. So this is the basic and default one when you select an S3. And S3 intelligent tiering is a new feature added by the AWS. So AWS monitors your data access through a machine learning, and it will select which pattern you use, and it will select the class according to that. S3 standard infrequent access is for long lived and it is infrequently accessed data. You can move to IA. S3 one zone IA is same like of standard IA, but instead of three availability zones, it will be stored only in one availability zone. S3 Glacier is like a backup and the long-term data which you will not use frequently, or you will not use for many days or something like that. It's like an archive and it has some retrieval timing. So S3 Glacier Deep Archive is like if you are not going to use for more days, like you may not say, for example, you need some statement or some history of that, you will access yearly once. You can store in S3 Glacier Deep Archive. These are the pure numbers. They designed for durability is 0.799. It's like 11.9, and you can see the availability. These are pure numbers. The basic thing we need to check here is the retrieval charges. The retrieval charges will be applied for infrequent access and glacier, not for the standard and intelligent tiering. And another thing you need to check is like the minimum storage days. When a new data is created, after 30 days only you can move to IA, and after 90 days you can move to Glacier, and after 180 days you can move to Deep Archive. These numbers may be useful for a AWS any exams. Now we will see the S3 lifecycle management. I have already created a bucket in my AWS console. Okay, it does not have any other things. So to maintain the, okay, before that I can show you on here is the intelligent tiering archive configurations. It's same like the lifecycle management. If you want to archive, you can, it is like an intelligent archiving. So if you want to archive anything straight away, you can use this. You can straight away archive using archive access tier or deep archive access tier. So it's same like lifecycle management. Okay, but it is straight away archiving. In lifecycle management, we will go in a lifecycle manner. So I'm going to create a lifecycle. I give my, okay, my rule. Okay, here for the scope, if you want to limit the scope, or you can apply to all the objects. If you want to limit, you can limit through some prefix or tags. Say for example, you want to um, do the life cycle only for some JPEG images, and you don't want to touch the your configuration files. Then you can select your prefix here. Say for example, in a bucket, I have my website details. The website details or some photos or videos uploaded to that need to be moved to some life cycle to archive or anything. But the configuration file will not be changed. But still, you don't want your configuration to be moved. Then you can filter from here. Okay, if I want to apply to all objects, you can apply here. Here is lifecycle rule actions is based on the versions you can select. I'm going to select for current versions. Here I'm going to select infrequent access. Say for example, I'm going to select infrequent access. The minimum days is 30 days. Say I will select 5 days. After, it is like the days after object creation. If I create a new object and after 5 days, if I want to move to infinite access, I cannot. The minimum is 30 days. Say I have selected it. The next one is I'm going to move to Glacier for the archive. Here, same like is 90 days. So I have selected here. If I select the same thing, if I select 60 days, if I select below that, it will not accept. So the minimum is 60 days. Now I have selected. I'm going to acknowledge it. And if you see here the timeline summary, when an object is created, it will be day 0. By day 30, it will be moved to standard infrequent access. By day 60, it will be moved to Glacier. So I create a rule. My rule is created. If you want, I can see the information here. By this way, you can create a life cycle rule in for your S3 buckets.